So let's go park up and do an overview. Starting out here now, we are in Halifax. As you can see, the bridge behind us, and we have our IONIQ 6 here with us now. That's going to take us all the way back to St. John's, Newfoundland. And as you can see, we're going to do a little overview now of the car that we have. This is the IONIQ 6. You can see some heritage of old Hyundai models as well in this, but it's a fully redesigned as well. And this car is pretty cool because it has the lowest drag coefficient of any car produced, especially for a mass market. At 0.22 of a drag coefficient, with most cars being around 0.35, this vehicle cuts through the air, and it has some pretty clever tricks to make that happen. So starting out front here, we do have some very streamlined lines up on the hood and our lights, and like IONIQ 5, we have that pixelated light look as well. These light up orange, whereas on the IONIQ 5 they light up white, and the pixelated theme actually carries on throughout the vehicle, even inside the vehicle as well, and I'll point those out as we go. Down below here we do see a couple more pixelated lights. Those light up as your charge level as well on certain trim levels, and we do have these two inlets right here which are closed now but will open up if you need more airflow going to cool the battery or cool the interior as well. But they mostly stay closed, and that is to push the air into the active aero that we have here. That active aero actually pushes air out around the vehicle and makes a cushion around the vehicle and around our 20-inch rims. Now this is the ultimate package. With the ultimate package, you do get the 20-inch rims. They do affect your range down to 435 kilometers over the 581 on the base trim. Now you do get better looking rims in that package. Now the aero does push that all the way back. Air pushes around our mirrors here. We do have more pixelated here as well for our turn signal to carry on that pixelated look for the IONIQ. We do have automatic door handles as well. They pop open when you unlock the door, so you don't have to do any pushing. They just pop out for you, which is really nice. We do have a sunroof up top as well, and if we move back, we really see that teardrop design that Hyundai has done. Our charge point is in the back where actually a gas point would be as well. With more pixelated buttons, you just hit that and it automatically pops open. We do have our normal level 2 charger, and our level 3 is a cap that we just unclap there as well. And you hit the button and it will close for you automatically. If we move towards the back, we really get that pixelated theme going on here for sure. So we have a pixelated light bar all the way right across the whole vehicle. That is our main brake light, and we have another pixelated light and brakes up here. This whole spoiler actually lights up, very cool, up top and on the side here. Down below, we do have our backup lights and additional turn signals down here as well. They kind of look like exhaust vents, but obviously this is an EV, so there is no exhaust vents in the back here as well. And the aerodynamics all play a factor back here to get that drag coefficient down. A really cool feature that we know too is these little ridges right here in the car, very unnoticeable unless you really point them out. They are really a key point in the aerodynamics of this car. So as it cuts through the air, it also has to remove that air from the back. If not, it catches it behind the car and drags it along. These little vents here actually push that air off the car, giving it that lower drag coefficient yet again. So this is the IONIQ 6. This is the exterior. Let's hop inside the interior now. So now we are in the IONIQ 6 and a brand new interior for Hyundai. Modeled a lot off the IONIQ 5 with some changes as we can see. So up front, right in front of you, you have two 12-inch displays here, one for your infotainment that you can slide through, super responsive, and a 12-inch driver display that hosts a magnitude of information for you. Speed, your range, and a lot of other things. Now this is not new for Hyundai as well, but in our driver display, if you do turn on your single light, you do get a camera view of both sides coming up, which is really nice to check your blind spot. Onto the steering wheel here, we do have a leather wrap steering wheel on this ultimate trim with our media controls and our driving assist controls as well. And we have our drive mode here as well. That's very important. The drive modes can switch between your normal, your eco, and your sport, but if you hold it for half a second, you get into snow mode, and snow mode changes the dynamics of an EV, especially in the rear-wheel drive model when you're driving in the snow. So that's a really key thing to note here as well. We do have 4 LED lights right here in the center of the steering wheel. These have different color changing as well. So right now there's white, which is the greeting of hello. They will go down when we say goodbye, and they'll light back up when we turn on the car. But if I do put it in reverse here with the stock here on the steering wheel, we go into reverse, they actually turn red to let you know that you are reversing. Put it back in park by pushing the button here, and they will also show your charge level. So when you're plug-in charging, they will actually go up in 25% increments of your charge, which is pretty cool. Underneath our screen here, we do have our ventilation, but we also have actual controls for our climate control, which is nice as physical buttons. And we do have our start stop button here as well. To get into our heated seats and steering wheel, you hit that and you go through the navigation up here for all that. But everything else is a touch control down here, which is really nice to see. All right, so we do have a wireless charging pad here underneath our climate controls, our USB as here as well. That's only one of many USBs in this vehicle. And we got that pixelated theme here as well, and in our cup holders and up on the dash. That pixelated theme really getting carried from the outside to the interior to make that continuity for sure. Our door pockets here are very clean looking door panels. As we can see, we do have a good storage down below, but there is no buttons here. The buttons are actually here in the center console for our windows, our locks, which is a different design, but it gives a really clean look in here, and I really like it and makes it feel more open and airy in here. We do have lots of storage. As I said, our glove box has a decent amount of storage. We have 2 USB-C chargers down there as well. And we have a large storage underneath here. As you can see, I can put my hand right through. We have lots of storage down there, which is great. We do have leather wrap seating in this vehicle as well for the ultimate trim. They are heated and they are ventilated and they are really comfortable seating. Our headrests are adjustable as well, giving you a really nice seating position. We do have a heads-up display right in front of the driver, which is kind of hard to capture on camera, but we do have a heads-up display that has magnitude of information that we can select from speed to range to GPS navigation. It's a really cool kit to have when you're driving. It displays directly on the windshield, so it's really cool. We do have a Bose sound system in here as well. With the EV, with no sound coming out of the engine, you can really hear your music quite nicely for sure. So that's the interior of the IONIQ 6. This is going to take us now 1,500 kilometers back to St. John's. So let's hop outside and talk about a few specs of what's going to get us back to St. John's. The IONIQ 6 comes in different powertrains. That's an rear-wheel drive and all-wheel drive. They also come with different horsepowers as well and power ratings. So what that means is that if you get the rear-wheel drive, the long-range battery pack with your rear-wheel drive, you're looking at 225 horsepower. If you get what we have here, the Ultimate with the all-wheel drive, you get that extra motor in the front, which gives you 320 horsepower, and 0 to 100 kilometers an hour is dealt with in a simple 5.1 seconds. Charging is nice and simple in the IONIQ 6. You just come back to the charge cap, open up, it is automatic. We have a level 2 and a level 3 DC fast charger input here as well. If you find a charger with a DC fast input of 350 kilowatts, the vehicle can accept it and go from 0 to 80% charge in less than 18 minutes. Charging, like I said, is simple, and we are going to test that as we challenge ourselves to drive from here, Halifax, Nova Scotia, all the way back to St. John's, Newfoundland, and we are going to take the scenic route, trying to find that ultimate photo of this IONIQ 6 in a Newfoundland rugged landscape. We will be testing this car's range, its performance, and how comfortable it is while trying to find that iconic shot while charging as we go through Newfoundland. So let's get started.
Good morning.
Forgot ahead.
Good morning.
Please. Good morning.
Thank you.
I've been up.
We just put it into our GPS. It's 400 and what kilometers till we're there?
402.
402 kilometers to North Sydney. The car is showing right now that we have 500 kilometers of range.
We made it to our first charger here in Nova Scotia on our way to North Sydney. Okay, the battery is indicated red now on the driver display here. To the ferry.
We don't need a select.
Seems like there's no one else here, so we might be a little bit early. That's okay.
Early or late?
Not sure.